Good morning and welcome to the Standing Committee meeting for Wednesday, May 24th, 2023. All council meetings will continue to be live streamed on the city's website. Our first order of business is roll call. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Reverend Burgess. Mr. Coghill. Ms. Gross.
Here.
Mr. Kraus.
Here.
Mrs. Cal Smith.
Here.
Ms. Strasburger.
Here.
Ms. Warwick.
Here.
Mr. Wilson. Mr. Lavelle, Chair.
Here.
6 members present.
Thank you. Our next order of business is public comment. I would like to remind all speakers that the rules of council state that comments are limited to matters of concern, official action, or deliberation, which are or may be before city council, and profanity is not permitted. After you are called, please restate your name, provide your neighborhood for the record. You'll be given 3 minutes to speak. Our first registered speaker is Naomi Mullen.
Here, I honor my husband, who was a true City of Pittsburgh public servant from the 1970s until 2021. Shady trees, not shady deals in Bon Air. This is for you, Michael. We, the people of Bon Air, are the real stakeholders. We have paid our mortgages, taxes, and voted. We have shown up at the town hall meeting to give a resounding no to developing the school building. We have signed a petition to say we want a green space, not a building. We have property value and quality of life to protect. According to the Pennsylvania Constitution, the purpose of government is for the peace, safety, and happiness of the people that they serve. The Bon Air Memorial Green Space is the solution for the peace, safety, and happiness of the Bon Air community. Without that, there is no valid governance. Here's the situation. 1, an excellent school was closed. 2, the building has become a threat and detrimental harm. 3, it should be condemned and sold to the city for $1. 4, it must be torn down. 5, parks and trees, Pittsburgh funds used to make it a green space. 6, the residents of Bon Air care for it as volunteers. Why are we paying taxes for continued detriment? Why should we pay taxes for detriment? We do not consent to a detrimental building remaining to decay the community we have built and maintained. Former Mayor Peduto was defeated and left in disgrace. He appointed a panel that claimed the Bon Air Elementary School building should remain. We, the people of Bon Air, have driven past former school buildings and heard the stories of human feces in hallways and criminal acts around those buildings. We, the people, say no to any use of the school except as a green space. Join our supporters, Councilman Coghill, and State Representative Benham, for the creation of a green space. Shady trees, not shady deals in Bon Air. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next registered speaker is Ikahana Halmalkina. Whom I do not see with us yet. Our next registered speaker is Dee Ya, whom I also do not see. Our next registered speaker is Gina Means. Oh, you're with us.
Hi, is this a good place?
Yes.
Okay. Hi, my name's Gina Means. I'm a longtime resident of Pittsburgh. I've lived here all my life. I live in Squirrel Hill. I attended the University of Pittsburgh and taught for the city schools for over 20 years. My husband and I own a business on Smithfield Street. We sell sports memorabilia, mostly vintage things. We're a unique mom-and-pop store. I'm here today because of the deplorable conditions of the city I love. In particular, our end of town is becoming so bad that most of our customers are out of towners. They come in for the Pirates, Steeler, and Penguin games, and we sell a lot of autographed items for all of those teams. And they're appalled. They don't want to come in our store anymore. Every day we drive to work, the conditions of our end of Smithfield, because of the shelter there, is strewn with garbage, human feces, needles, people laying in the sidewalk where you can't walk. I can't park nearby without being afraid. If I walk to Target, I go up to Grant Street and over. I would never walk down the street anymore. We bought the building, rehabbed it, put a lot of money into it. We take care of our storefront. We pay our taxes. And we're just unable to do it anymore. We would have left a long time ago, but we own the building. The shelter was run several years. It's been in business for several years, but it was run much better many years ago when they didn't have such a low threshold. Now they're allowing people to come in who are very high on drugs. It's causing, we see on a daily basis, overdoses, drug dealing, drug buying, drug doing, drug selling, constantly out in the open. The police tell us there's nothing we can do about it. They're allowed to loiter. I just don't understand it. We don't know where to go. We've gone to see the mayor. We've gone to talk to Rich Fitzgerald. The Wiener World, which has been an institution forever, I don't know how they do it. We have we had to get a buzzer on our door because we're afraid, and it's so concentrated in our area. We have the shelter that's run deplorably, the library, which allows people to come in, and I understand all that, and then the AHN has a clinic there. I'm not sure what services they provide, but the people that are there are very mentally ill, very drug addicted, and they're just causing so many problems down our end of town. It's too much in one little area. We were hoping that the shelter, which was only supposed to be up and running in the winter, could move somewhere else so there wasn't this Bermuda Triangle that we're situated in. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Our next registered speaker is Carl Herman.
Good morning, all. My name is Carl Herman. First off, I want to thank you all for your time and effort that you all put in for our city. I think we're all here together wanting to have a great city. My family has been in this city since 1893. I own Carl Herman Furs. I'm a fourth generation. We've been in business for 123 years in the downtown proper part of Pittsburgh. Like Gina had said, there's several of us on Smithfield Street now that are feeling great effects of, hopefully a situation that can be rectified, but the situation shouldn't really be in the downtown area. It can be on the outskirts, but when you have businesses and buildings that are shut down and leaving, it's time to step forward. In the last 2 years, I've lost 2 employees because their husbands told them they were not allowed to work in the city anymore. And it makes it very tough trying to hire people. We all know, we've seen the help wanted ads and everything. As Gina pointed out, it is a very low entry shelter. It is a huge drug problem. Those of you who are not familiar with Dennis at Wiener World 2 days ago had a gentleman come screaming in, the police are after me, the police are after me, had swallowed the drugs he was carrying, went into an overdose situation, thrashing around on their floor. 6 police people followed in after them, and the owner's wife sat there and said, "Get him." And they lifted him up and literally dragged him out with 22 people in his establishment. I, like Gina, have an electric door, and that's more for insurance purposes, but I just think in talking with, as we said, we've spoken with the mayor, with you all have a direct connection with, we've spoken with Rich Fitzgerald. I think everyone realizes it's a situation, but I'm not sure, I think I heard that you all had sort of come up with a plan at some point in time, but it was a 5 or 6 year out plan. If it's a 5 or 6 year out plan, I can attest for my business, I will not be in business. I store 5,000 customers' coats in my own facility. Currently, last year, 2 years ago, we were picking up 50% and 50% people were dropping off. Today, this year, I am picking up 85% and having 15% people walk in my store. And of those 15% of the people that walk in my store, I will guarantee 80% of the people are commenting on how bad the city has been. And unfortunately, it is an epicenter right near our location. So any efforts that you all can make to help us rectify this situation would be greatly appreciated. I don't think you all want to see more of our businesses, unfortunately, depart the scene. I'm 63 years old. I love what I do. I love this city, and I hope you all can help us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That does exhaust our list of registered speakers. Ms. Means and Mr. Herman, if you wouldn't mind leaving your information with the secretary when you go out at the city council door, leave your information. I'll make sure we follow up with you. That exhausts our list of registered speakers. If there's anyone else in chambers wishing to speak before city council, please come forward at this time.
Okay. My name is Yvonne F. Brown. I live at 715 Mercer Street at the top of the hill in the high rise. Now, that's a businessman that I was just telling him to speak, because yesterday there was someone, KDKA was doing a report with a homeless man out there in front of the shelter. And he was really angry, and he was saying, there's piss everywhere, piss. I said, sir, there's nowhere to go to the bathroom except the library. I can remember that when I first came down here, when we couldn't go in, I went to Burger King. I spent about $20, and I went to go to the bathroom, and they told me I couldn't. I take water pills, and there's a lot of people with high blood pressure that give you those pills, and those people that are on the street, there's some of them that probably take water pills. You need to understand that they need somewhere to live. These people, when I heard that the man on the bus got killed, they said he was saying, I'm hungry, and asking for money. Do you know that we will all go to hell, all of us, for the food that we have at food bank that they throw away? Why can't we take it in some kind of way, take it down there? I do take food, clothes that I can down there. You have to realize that if you don't have a place to lay your head, that's terrible. Not a place to even lay your head. And if you lay your head, you go into the shelters, some people get raped. They said the new shelter down there, that there was supposed to be a woman. The one homeless man I bring up here all the time, he said he was coming back, he was going to bring the white woman with it. She was in jail. She was talking about the food. Now, you had Burgess say that, don't worry about it, we're taking care of your family. Miss Brown, that I was wrong. But if you got 18 men that's dead in some 2020, 18, do you understand? That's 18 lives. We're supposed to take I don't believe they're supposed to get some kind of punishment. I believe being locked up, your punishment. But then you have, when you remember, you had a transvestite that she was getting, he or she was getting changed. They put him in the room with a man, and that person got raped for days. And this is what I'm saying. They have done wrong, but there's no way that we should look at them not being as a human being. They are human beings. I feel it because I know it once. I was homeless. I had a sister to go to stay with. But in Mr. Cahill, today, I was up in the building where I live at. I was sweeping inside the building. I see something in the door, and I take the papers out, and here comes a woman, homeless woman. She's knocking on the door. Them is my papers. And I said, you wasn't supposed to put them in here. You don't live here. She said, well, that's my stuff. I put it out there. And she said something. Oh, she gave me H-E-L-L. But like I told her, I live here, and I will go downtown. I even started talking about calling the police. I don't believe in calling the police, but that's one time I was if I had a phone. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much. Any further speakers wishing to speak before City Council? Any further speakers? Seeing none, that takes us to our standing committee agenda. Our first committee of the day is Finance and Law, chaired by myself. One deferred paper, Bill 1072.
Bill 1072, ordinance amending the Pittsburgh Code of Ordinances, Title 5, Traffic, Article 7, Parking, by creating a new Chapter 550, Lawrenceville Mobility Enhancement District.
Motion to hold brief discussion.
Second.
So I just wanted to give council members a little update. As a reminder, this is kind of a community-led initiative, and Lawrenceville United and Lawrenceville Corporation have held 6 public meetings, I think, since the last time the bill was on the agenda. So I think maybe it was 5, 3 open houses, and then a kickoff meeting and a closed meeting. They've also done surveys and had extensive public outreach. And so what we're doing now is crafting some of the amendments to kind of fine tune what the program will be. So today I'm going to, hopefully we'll have this wrapped up before recess, but today I'll motion to hold 4 weeks.
Second.
Thank you.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The bill be held 4 weeks. That takes us to Bill 1534.
Bill 1534, resolution authorizing the issuance of a warrant in favor of DeJoya Gray in the amount of $16,659.12 for professional services related to landslide evaluations.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Affirmative recommendation. Need a motion to approve the invoices?
Move.
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Invoices are approved. That takes us to Public Works and Infrastructure Committee, chaired by Councilman Kraus. Our first new paper is Bill 1532.
Bill 1532, resolution authorizing the mayor and the director of the Department of Mobility and Infrastructure on behalf of the city of Pittsburgh to enter into a supplemental agreement or agreements with CDR McGuire, Inc. for project design management services and reviews in connection with various City of Pittsburgh projects to add funding for the preliminary engineering and final design phases, increasing the total not to exceed to $3,491,877.59, an increase of $334,608.98.
All motion to approve.
Second.
Discussion? Councilwoman Warwick?
Yeah, I just want, so it says various, various projects. I think that it's the Swinburne Bridge and the Charles Anderson Bridge, but if we could get
I wish it would
confirmation.
say that on here so we would know.
Yeah. I mean, that if in the summary, that's what's listed, but I just want to make, just to know what the,
Yeah.
it's a,
That's what's,
It's in the text, right?
yes.
And that's what it is.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Affirmative recommendation. Bill 1533.
Bill 1533, resolution authorizing the mayor and the director of the Department of Public Works to enter into an agreement or agreements with the Department of Conservation and Natural Resources for the purpose of receiving and spending grant funds in the amount of $500,000 to support the Equitable Street Tree Plan.
Motion to approve.
second.
Discussion? Seeing none, I'm
A
sorry.
little discussion. I just want to say, it's great that we're adding trees, but I wish we learn, maintain our trees too. So I wish some of this funding would be able to go towards some of those efforts, because we have a lot of sidewalks being ripped up, senior citizens and people with financial challenges that can't afford the maintenance of the sidewalks and the tree. Even though we give a percentage back, people don't even realize that, but they still have to put the money up front. So I just feel like I want to plant as many trees as we can, but I also want to make sure we're doing the maintenance. Thank you. That's it.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Affirmative recommendation. That takes us to Land Use Economic Development Committee, chaired by Councilman Wilson. Our one deferred paper is Bill 661.
Bill 661, ordinance accepting a new street name, Woodring Court, in the 23rd Ward of the City of Pittsburgh, as per recommendation by the City of Pittsburgh Addressing Committee. The following street name was approved by CPAC in June 2022. The name listed in this ordinance shall be made official in accordance with the Pittsburgh Code Title IV, Public Places and Property, Chapter 420, Uniform Street Naming and Addressing.
At the request of Councilman Wilson, if someone would offer a 4-week hold,
Motion to hold for 4 weeks.
Second.
all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The bill be held 4 weeks. That takes us to our new paper is Bill 1536.
Bill 1536, resolution further amending Resolution Number 816 of 2015, effective December 18, 2015, as amended, entitled, Resolution Adopting and Approving the 2016 Capital Budget and the 2016 Community Development Block Grant Program, and approving the 2016 through 2021 Capital Improvement Program by reducing Habitat for Humanity, increasing East End Cooperative Ministry, and authorizing a subsequent agreement.
Motion to approve, brief discussion.
Second.
Second.
So last week, when these were introduced, Councilman Kraus said that it's protocol and I think good habits to include the dollar amounts in the titles of the bill. And so I looked up the text file on this one, and this is decreasing Habitat for Humanity by $8,500 and increasing East End Cooperative Ministry by $8,500. Similarly, there's no dollar amounts in the next two bills, which are all also CDBG transfers. But I realize there's a second issue, is that these are introduced by the administration, and they are reducing and transferring funds from District 9 public service grants. And I think it would be important to know whether the councilman for District 9 is supportive.
Motion to hold.
Does anyone know if this
I
or
don't.
heard?
Do you know?
Something similar happened to me a few weeks ago where the administration sent over a transfer, and it was a transfer of kind of 5-year-old District 7 funds. And I caught it and asked them about it, and I was generally supportive, but it shouldn't have happened that way. And so I'm uncomfortable with it happening here for another council member.
Yeah, I don't know Councilman Burgess' position on this one. I do know his position on the next bill, but
Okay.
I don't.
So there's the next one, and then the third one is a transfer of $50,000, Bill 1533, which is substantial. So yeah, the Bill 1536 is a transfer of $8,500. 1537 is a transfer of $10,000, and then on the next page, 1538 is a transfer of $50,000 to various
Can we have Pat?
organizations.
He wants-
Sure, want to. Mr. Cornell, if you come to the table. Madam President?
Are you done, Councilwoman? Okay. Could you just explain a little bit?
Sure. Patrick Cornell, Chief Financial Officer. For file 1536, this is a reallocation of old District 9 funds. 2016 CDBG program dollars are the ones that need to be spent this year. We're reaching the end of our term limit for those. In this case, we have worked with District 9 Reverend Burgess's office and him. These are part of the reallocations that worked through two files from now, 1538. The 2022 allocation. For the past few years, we've been working with Pittsburgh Public Schools to do a sort of participatory budgeting allocation with his public service grants, and they are aware and have been in the loop this whole time.
I just suggest that in the future, if it's any of our districts, that you make sure that you're working with the council member and then include the number in this, because otherwise we are going to start holding them. Because it's important for us to know, and it's important for the public to know what we're voting on, more than it is for us, to be honest with you.
And traditionally, it's the council member that sponsors the bill, which is how we know that they approve.
So I would just say, work with council, please.
Noted,
Thank you.
yes.
Thank you. Thank you for clarifying. I'm okay if we move forward. And if for some reason Reverend's not okay with it, we can vote it down or recommit it next week. Thank you.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Councilman Kraus?
What bill are we on specifically?
1536 on page 6. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Affirmative recommendation. Bill 1537.
Bill 1537, resolution further amending Resolution Number 797 of 2017, effective December 28, 2017, as amended, entitled, Resolution Adopting and Approving the 2018 Capital Budget and the 2018 Community Development Block Grant Program and the 2018 through 2023 Capital Improvement Program by reducing Kelly Strayhorn Theater, increasing Rebuilding Together Pittsburgh, and authorizing a subsequent agreement.
At the
Motion to
At the
approve.
request of Councilman Wilson, can we have a motion to withdraw?
Motion to withdraw.
I can explain.
Sure, yeah.
Motion to withdraw.
Withdraw my motion.
Second with discussion?
Second with discussion.
Thank you. Apparently, Kelly Strayhorn is now prepared to begin drawing down these dollars. So that's why they want to withdraw this piece of legislation, because they are actually going to be utilizing these dollars now.
They're also District 9 dollars.
Yes.
Okay.
Table would be better, more effective.
The new paper.
We can withdraw it, or we can, your mic's not on. We can withdraw it since it's new, or we also could table it. Both effectively kills the bill.
Take your judgment on it then.
All right. Well, we have a motion to withdraw and seconded, so we'll stick with that. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The bill has been withdrawn. That takes us to Bill 1538.
Bill 1538, resolution further amending Resolution Number 886 of 2021, effective December 27, 2021, as amended, entitled Resolution Adopting and Approving the 2022 Capital Budget and the 2022 Community Development Block Grant Program and the 2022 through 2027 Capital Improvement Program, so as to identify specific projects in City Council District 9 and authorizing subsequent agreements.
Approve?
We're all afraid to make a motion. Second.
Sure. Okay.
Any discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed?
Thank
Thanks,
you,
Patrick.
Patrick.
Thank you
Affirmative
every day.
recommendation. And just thinking out loud, the purpose to withdraw it is so that it can never come back. If we table it, we could actually bring it back.
6 members.
Where? Supermajority can bring it back. So Bill we did that one. Last committee, Innovation, Performance, Asset Management, and Technology, which is chaired by Councilwoman Warwick. We have one paper, Bill 1535.
Bill 1535, resolution amending Resolution Number 270 of 2020, which authorized an agreement with Workiva, Inc. to provide a subscription-based budget publishing software solution for 4 years by increasing the approved 2023 amount by $2,164.33 for a new total cost not to exceed $169,300.33.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Affirmative recommendation. That exhausts our agenda for today. We do have meeting announcements. Next week, council offices will be closed Monday, May 29th due to the Memorial Day holiday. We will hold both meetings on Wednesday, May 24th, with the regular meeting at 10 a.m. and standing committee meetings at 1:30 p.m. Speaker registration will close on the 24th at 9 a.m. for the regular meeting and 12:30 for the standing committee meeting. To register to speak, please fill out the sign-up form on the council meeting webpage or call the clerk's office at 412-255-2138. Anything from members? Councilman Kraus?
Yeah, thank you. First, may I, Madam Clerk, may I register aye votes on the bills that I missed when I stepped out? And second, I just wanted to congratulate Councilwoman Gross, who left, come back, on her mobility enhancement district. I know how hard she... Hey, I just wanted to congratulate you on your
We
mobility.
held that bill.
You held it.
They're still doing, they've done fabulous, robust community conversations. I think it was 3 open houses, a kickoff meeting, a wrap-up meeting, and surveying, and we're still kind of processing what amendments will be.
That's a good thing.
It's a great
That's-
process. It really
yeah.
has really great amount of engagement,
Yeah.
and lots of different opinions.
Well, you wanna get
as
it
you
right.
as you would suspect, and as you predicted, and so now we're kind of crafting the path.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like your focus on mobility and how you've defined that to be part of the of your process. And I know how hard you've worked on it, and you know what a journey it's been. So I just wanted to congratulate you on getting it this far.
Thank you, Councilman. Exactly. And
Yeah.
so there's different needs in Lawrenceville than South Side, not entirely
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
And so it's crafting those uses. So it's like the sources and uses conversation, which is, what this table does, right? So the sources of funds, and then, but also kind of like how the community process in setting priorities will be, and how we craft that language about the uses is something we should follow up on.
Which is
Appreciate it.
paramount.
Yep.
Because what you will find, if I may, is that once there's a pot of money on the, in the beginning, this, I don't mean to kind of go off, but there was some level of resistance. I'll be kind about it. When we began the conversation, you can't do this, and I'm like, but yeah, we can. But once the pot of money was established, everybody wanted a part of it. So the structure of exactly how and why those dollars can be distributed is really the skeleton of that conversation. Yeah. So congratulations,
Yep,
really.
yeah, it's going well, but it's not exactly finished yet, so, but we've got a lot of great input. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Mr. Chair. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Madam President?
Thank you. I just want to, two things. I want to call for a post-agenda on disruptive properties. I don't know if I did that already, but if not, I want to schedule one post-agenda. So motion for a post-agenda for disruptive properties. Cable cast. Thank you.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We'll work with the clerk to get that scheduled.
Thank you.
Councilwoman
Oh, wait,
Strasburger?
I'm still not
Oh,
done.
sorry.
And then I just briefly want to talk a little bit about the Food Justice Fund and the $3 million that we put towards that, and gave them a specific time frame to give us some kind of plan. And I met with Shelley Danko Day for another issue this week and asked her, where they were with this and found out that she's not involved. So I would just really encourage the administration. I think I personally have a lot of trust for Shelley. I think that she does an amazing job, and has done an amazing job. If it were not for her, Farmer Girl Ebb would not be up and running. And so I just want to make that very clear. She started the garden over in Sheridan, in her own yard. I gave her space to sell her produce. Later on, Christy Porter contracted with her. Somebody saw her post on my Facebook page and on her pages, on other pages, and they offered her a storefront. And so now she's just growing tremendously. And Shelley Danko Day helped her prepare to grow and gave her land, and the Secretary of Agriculture came in and stopped at her place to see all she's doing. So that was all because of the work Shelley Danko Day put in getting that space so she could grow, and continues to work with her. So I think that she really has a grasp on what needs to happen and how to help us build this out a little bit better. That's all. That's it. Just encourage them to include Shelley Danko Day in the process.
Thank you. Councilwoman Strasburger? Okay. Anything else from members? If not, need a motion to excuse the absent member, approve the minutes, and adjourn the meeting.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned.
That was easy.